Join me as I take on the challenge of using humor to disarm a narcissist in a real-life situation. Dealing with a narcissist can be draining, to say the least. But what if I told you that humor can be a powerful tool to disarm their tactics and turn the tables? It may sound counterintuitive, but trust me, it's worth exploring. Interacting with narcissists can be emotionally exhausting, leaving you feeling belittled, confused, and frustrated. You may find yourself constantly walking on eggshells, trying to avoid their wrath or condescending remarks. It's like being in an emotional whirlwind, where you're always on the defensive. Have you ever felt like you're in a constant battle to prove your worth, only to be met with indifference or disdain? That's what it's like to deal with a narcissist. Their tactics can be so subtle, yet so damaging. They may use gaslighting, projection, or emotional manipulation to get what they want from you. And before you know it, you're doubting your own sanity or second-guessing your every move. It's a toxic dynamic that can leave you feeling like you're drowning in a sea of self-doubt. But here's the thing, narcissists often rely on our emotional reactions to validate their own sense of self-worth. So, what if we take away their power by not giving them the reaction they crave? What if we respond with humor instead of anger or frustration? It's like taking away their oxygen, and suddenly, they're left flailing in the dark. I've seen it happen time and time again, where a well-timed joke or witty remark can completely shift the dynamic of an interaction. Suddenly, the narcissist is on their heels, trying to regain control of the conversation. It's a beautiful thing, really. And today, I want to share some examples of how humor can be used to disarm a narcissist and turn the tables. I remember one time when a friend of mine was dealing with a narcissistic boss. This guy was notorious for belittling his employees in front of the whole team. But one day, my friend decided to respond to one of his condescending remarks with a self-deprecating joke. He said, "Hey, I'm glad you're impressed with my lack of skills. I've been practicing my incompetence for years." The room fell silent, and the boss was taken aback. For a moment, he didn't know how to react. My friend had turned the tables, and suddenly, the boss was the one who looked foolish. Another time, I was dealing with a narcissistic family member who was trying to make me feel guilty for not visiting them enough. I responded by saying, "Hey, I'm flattered that you think I'm the only one who can bring excitement to your life. But honestly, I think you're just bored and need some new hobbies." It was a light-hearted way of saying, "Hey, back off and stop trying to manipulate me." And you know what? It worked. Humor can be a powerful tool in dealing with narcissists because it takes away their power to manipulate our emotions. When we respond with humor, we're saying, "I'm not going to give you the reaction you want. I'm going to take control of this conversation and turn it on its head." And that's exactly what we're going to explore today. One key insight I've learned is that humor can be used to redirect the focus away from the narcissist and back onto ourselves. By using self-deprecating jokes or playful teasing, we can shift the attention away from their inflated sense of self-importance and onto our own humanity. It's a subtle yet powerful way of saying, "Hey, I'm not going to play your game. I'm going to take control of this conversation and make it about me." Another technique I've found useful is to use humor to expose the narcissist's tactics. By making light of their manipulative behavior, we can call them out without directly confronting them. It's like saying, "Hey, I see what you're doing there, and it's not going to work." And that can be incredibly disarming.